Geneva, capital of Switzerland. Nice big shops, etc. here. And the lake is just on my right, but I've got to go around the other side of the lake. And I'm parked somewhere on this lake. There's a famous waterfall somewhere. I remember going there one day and having a look. Yeah, so this is all the lake on either side of these bridges. It's not river, this is lake. Lake Geneva is one of the biggest lakes in Europe. Rolex building there, look. Very park last time we came. I remember we came past here, parked up, and we walked to where that waterfall was.
Stay in the right lane. In 1 mile, turn right onto Rue de l'Ourzo.
Where in the world you go, there's always roadworks. Colas. Can't be the same company. It's a company in the UK called Colas that does roadworks and utilities and things like that. Infrastructure, I mean. Ritz-Carlton. See some mountains in the distance over there. It's fairly low down here though. It's kind of in a dip, and it doesn't get very cold. I mean, I remember you used to look at the temperature in Geneva mid-January, February when we were in the Alps last time I did the Alps, and it was always above freezing. It was always 2-3 degrees, where we were it was kind of -20. It's like today it's like 13 or 14 I think here, whereas where I've just come from was 2. And for the next few days it's actually going to be sunny, so it'll be quite nice spending some time here on the lake in the sun. Maybe find a fishing spot, Tony, so I can catch something other than seaweed. Yeah, so this is Geneva, if any of you people thinking of coming. I don't know if Switzerland are on the list of quarantine in the UK. I'm not sure. They weren't. They weren't, but I don't know if they are now. But I know, so it'd be worth checking if you want to get away with skiing. Because I think here in Austria are still on the OK list. I think they had 8,500 cases here yesterday of COVID, in comparison to France, which had 55,000, and the UK, which is up in the 40s now, I think. So yeah, it's quite low numbers, but then it's not a massive country. God, so tempting to book a hotel for the night, but I've got to think about my budget. I got a really good deal, I forgot to mention, from the guy at the campsite, because originally it was going to be expensive, but I found out that the biggest cost was electric. So I said to the guy, look, I won't use it, I won't use the electric. And he said, okay, don't have it with electric, and it's 14 euros a night. So I thought, fantastic, 14 euros a night, that'll do me nicely. And I still have electric. there was like 3 plugs in the electric socket where you plugged into, and mine was the top one. He came out and turned mine off, and then I just thought my battery was dying on my laptop, so I thought, oh, just give it a try, and I got my plug and plugged it into the second one down, and it was on. So I charged my laptop, but I didn't use, massive. I didn't like heat the camper or anything. When I left, he said, oh, so that's 3 nights with electric and the other 3 nights without electric. So I thought, oh god, I'm looking at 150 quid here. And he said, I'll do you a deal, and charge me 101 euros. So that wasn't bad for 6 nights. I've done a couple of wild camping nights where I haven't been on a campsite, and it's okay, but you kind of, you lights in the back of here, and I don't want to drain my battery, so I can't charge my phone, I can't have lighting, so if I want to cook something in the evening, I can't have any lighting. Whereas if I plug in to a, you know, a campsite somewhere, I've got all those things, and I've got a little electric fan heater in here. I can plug that in as well, just to kind of warm the van up if I need to. So it's okay now and then. A bit of wild camping. If I had a generator, then I'd be laughing. I've never thought about a generator. Maybe worth stopping somewhere and having a look to how cheap they are. So I do want to get a battery charger as well, because for some reason my leisure battery is not being charged by my main battery, and I thought it was. But again, believe the guy I bought the van from, who was a complete liar, and he told me all these things about the van. There was nothing wrong with this, nothing wrong with that, and he was just lying through his teeth. But me being trustworthy, you know, trusting, I just said, oh okay, yeah thanks, I didn't check any of it and just accepted it. And one of the things he said, oh, if you get yourself a leisure battery, all the wiring's under the seat and it charges the leisure battery from the main battery, which is what it's supposed to do, but it doesn't seem to be working. There's one thing I'm rubbish at, and that's electrics. So I'd have to take it all off and chase all the wiring. I don't know where it goes, it just disappears off the floor. So without ripping all the carpet up, taking all my seats out and everything, you know, I don't really know. So I'll leave that for now. What I was thinking of doing is buying a small battery charger, and then if I plug into the mains, I can plug that in and charge the one under the seat, and that gives me an extra bit of power for charging phones and things. So I'll see, I might do that. So I'm going to circumnavigate Lake Garda now. It's 35-mile drive to get there. And it's Lausanne, Lausanne, as per that sign up there. Lausanne. And this side of Switzerland speaks French. The far top side speaks German. So I'm going to try and stay on the French side, because I've not got a clue. I can count to maybe 5 in German. That's about it. So yeah, when I get to the campsite, I'll update you on what's going on. Okay then. Right. Good afternoon. So found a campsite here in Switzerland, right on Lake Geneva, at the kind of the top side of Lake Geneva. If I carry on driving around the lake for another half an hour, I'll be back close to the French border on the other side, because the lake is kind of cut into 3/3, and a third is on the French side and 2/3 on the Swiss side. So I found a campsite. It's not a great campsite, and it's not very cheap. Switzerland is very, very expensive. I even looked for an Airbnb just to compare it with the price of the campsite, and I could actually get an Airbnb for a similar price, which is still way too expensive. It's 25 euros per night for the campsite. The one I'm staying on, which is like a smaller one, there's one next door which is massive, that's 33 euros a night. So yeah, not cheap at all. And as I say, I could get a Airbnb for around about a similar price, for about 26 euros a night. And I've gone online and applied for a load of workaway jobs in the area, just to see if anyone's hiring. It's much more difficult now in the winter for people to hire. So I've gone on the workaway site, and I've applied for about 5 different people that are on there. Some are still hiring right through till December, and some have kind of said tentatively they'd accept people in November. in December. So I've just gone online and said, all right, I'm in Switzerland. I'm right next to the lake. The lake at the top end, a place called Lucerne. And if you're looking for any help, give me a shout. I can be there, on no time at all. So yeah, so I'll wait and see what happens with that. They're quite interesting ones actually. One is just a dog and cat sitting thing. The couple just said that they like to get away on holiday, and you just come and look after the house, look after the dogs and cats, which would be quite interesting. And the other two, one was a farm, cows and all sorts of other animals, and they make their own beer as well, which I thought was quite interesting. And they said they teach you to make beer and teach you all about handling cows. And another one was helping build a ski chalet. So it's actually at the base of a ski resort, and they've got two chalets side by side, one that they live in and the other one they're doing up. And they've got it's a couple, they've got two extra roommates, and they're just looking for people to just turn up and do some DIY. And it was right through the season. They said we'll teach you to ski. So if they're willing to teach people to ski, it must be included that you can work, within the winter season. So I applied for that as well. We'll see what happens. I'm just heading into town, which is about a 15-minute bike ride, to find a shop. There's nothing on the camp where I am, and it's not that I need much, but I thought I'd just go and have a look, see how far away it is, and if I can get to it on this coastal path. Anywho, I will give you a bit of a preview of the camp later, wander around, tell you what I'm up to, and tell you if I managed to get a workaway job or not. See you later. So I just stopped to have a look out over the lake, and that's what I can see from where I've stopped. And the Swiss Alps starting over that side. I've kind of got to head in that direction when I go back round. So I'm going to head round there when I go back to France and go to Morzine. And right in there, in the kind of where the two mountains come down, you can see a massive blanket of snow over there. Lovely. Right, I think I've done about 8 miles, not very far, but it's 10k, and I've got 10k back again, so not a bad little bike ride. We go up into the town now and just see if there's a shop. Let's get a few provisions for this evening, and yeah, go back to the campsite. Because it's so expensive, I'm going to bloody plug my heater in tonight. I haven't been plugging it in, but I'm going to do that tonight and warm up the camper van. Because I've just been staying out of the duvet and just dealing with it. Anyway, that's it for now. See you soon. Just coming out for an afternoon bike ride. I did some work on the van this morning and spent time tidying lots of things up on the van and kind of washing up and cleaning and getting my washing all ready. All that sort of thing, my laundry and everything, and I'm coming out for a bike ride. I mean, look at this. This is just so calm. It's beautiful. My God, and quiet. Wish I had a kayak. God, I should have bought a kayak. That would have been amazing. Anyway, so I'm going to go for a bike ride. I left the camp about 5 minutes ago. So I'm just going to follow this. This is the opposite direction as I went yesterday. I'm just going to follow this and see where it goes. Great routes around here.
It's not as prevalent here as in France and Italy, but then they haven't had that many cases. They're up to I think 8,500 a day. France is 55,000. They're locked down today. From today, if you want to go out anywhere, you've got to fill in a attestation. I've got an electronic copy of it if I did need to go through France. Spoke to someone in Teen, and they said you can actually fill in an address. If you want to go a long distance, you can just fill in and say, I live at that address and I need to get home. However, on all the websites it says you're not allowed to drive more than a 10k or something from your house, and the only reasons you can go out are shopping, medical, and picking children up and taking them to school, or medical for your children, things to do with children. And if you have a job and you're a professional of some description, carpenter, builder, plumber, whatever it is, you can actually go do your job. On the form you fill in, you've got to state where you're going, and when you print it out, it time stamps it to say that you filled it in at this time. So if you were going shopping, you're not allowed to be out for more than an hour, and I'll say, you printed it out at say 8 o'clock in the morning, so you have to be back by 9. And if you're not, it's quite a big fine. Not sure how much. Someone said €300, someone said more. I don't know. This is gorgeous. This actually looks like the thicket in St Ives. Just to ride there to work every day. Really nice. God, it's a beautiful day. Look at the colours of all the trees. What was that? It looked like a dog. Right, I'll come back to you a bit later and have a proper sit down and chat. Bye for now. Hello, I'm in Lausanne in Switzerland. I just thought I'd walk up the high street. So that's the high street, all up there and all the way back down there again. It's like built on a humongously steep hill. So if you live around here, you'd be fit. Just going shopping. You're knackered. It's a very steep hill. I'm leaning back to walk down it. Yeah, massive, but really nice place. Yeah, Lausanne. Yeah, look it up. Right on the Lake Geneva, on the other end of it. Anyway, I've got an important decision to make, and I'll be making it tomorrow, and I'll let you know more. Quite important, so I'll let you know more tomorrow. Bye for now.